on 459 right before exit 10 that appeared to be 3 to 4 years old by themselves. She's pulled over. She called 911, but in the process, at some point, she got out the car. My daughter-in-law could hear her asking the child if they were okay. The child didn't respond, or at least she didn't hear her respond. He or she respond. And then she heard our daughter Carlee scream. And from there, all we could hear was noise, background noise in her phone, which we later found out was noise from the interstate. And so they have found her wig and her hat and her cell phone that were in close proximity to her car. So if anyone sees Carlee from the pictures that we have put out, just keep in mind, because her wig came off, her hair would be braided down to her scalp, so she won't have, long hair or anything like that is reflected on the picture. She pretty much has cheekbones like me. Pretty much our face is the same structure. So that's pretty much all the information we have. We do have some indication that there may have been a gray vehicle that a trucker saw that pulled in front of her car at some point as they were passing along the interstate.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
And that's all the information or leads we have at this time.
Yes.
So I just ask everyone, if you would, pray. We are trusting God. We are staying positive. We are not allowing any negative.
Hey y'all, it's Tilly Talks, and I'm about to shut y'all mouth wide open. This developing story that we're going to talk about today is making me very emotional because I'm a mom, I'm a girl mom, and it's making me uneasy. We have Carlethia Russell. Her family calls her Carlee. She's been missing since July 13th. She's an African-American female. She's 25 years old. She's highly educated. She's beautiful, and she's from Hoover, Alabama. So Carlethia was driving along Interstate 459 South, heading towards exit 10, which is the Hoover and Bessemer exit. This highway is very, very busy. So this is like a frequently used highway. This is not a country road. So people are up and down this highway, trucks every day, all day. And so she was driving along, and she said she spotted a toddler that was around 3 or 4 years of age. She called 911. She let them know, okay, I see a toddler walking along the highway, send help. They're on their way. She hangs up and calls a family member. While on the phone with that family member, I believe it was her sister or cousin, they heard her ask the toddler, is everything okay? Do you need help? Where's mom? Questions like that. So they hear a scream, they hear scuffle and the highway noise, and then that was it. No one has heard or seen Carlee since. On the scene, her wig was there, meaning that whatever evil approached her or was lying in wait fought with her. She put up a fight, and they took off with her. Clearly, there's foul play, because things like this just doesn't happen. People ask, why did she get out the car? Number one, Carlee is highly educated. She comes from a good, strong family background. She's not into the projects and hood stuff and, trying to put out more evil into the world. So she was literally trying to help. Me, as a former educator, and I used to own my own daycare, I am all about the children. So if I was to see that situation, I'm pretty sure I would approach it as well. I would make sure the scene is safe and then check. You never know what you would do when you're in that situation. So people can always say shoulda, coulda, woulda, but it didn't happen, and this is how it did. So now we need to figure out how to bring Carlee home. So along this highway, about mile marker 11.7 is when she saw the toddler. Well, the video is very grainy because inconveniently all the cameras were down. The only one that was working was the one at mile marker 11.7, which is very dark and grainy. When you zoom in, which I'm going to show videos of the camera zoomed in, you kind of see Carlee going around the vehicle and then back around. The car was left there. So whatever happened, somebody was lying in wait. So apparently, the family member had lost contact with her, but the line was still, open. They were still on the phone like, hey, hey, can you hear me? The phone was later found at the scene as well. They found her vehicle, like I said, her belongings, her hat, her wig, but they didn't find Russell and they didn't find the child. But there has been no children reported missing in that area. So you know what that tells me? That tells me that child was used as bait. Even a witness reported that they seen a man standing beside Russell's vehicle before the police arrived to the scene. They reportedly seen a man that pulled in front of her in a gray vehicle. He was light complected, and he was just standing out there, and then he's disappeared. If he didn't have anything to do with it, I'm pretty sure he would have came forward, or waited at the scene. What are you doing? Why are you standing here? So there's more developing on that. I'm pretty sure they're going to figure out and track it down because, like I said, there was at least one camera working. And so she had just got off work, picked up her food, and she was on her way home. But the devil had other plans, but we can't allow him to conquer. He's not going to succeed because we're going to check high and low, and we're going to figure out how to help the family bring Carlee home. She's 5'4". She weighs about 150 to 160 pounds. She had on a black shirt, black pants, black tennis shoes, and her parents are desperate to get her home. So they are asking everybody to check. Come out if you live in the Hoover, Alabama, or you live in the Alabama area or surrounding area, period. Come out and help them check because we have to uplift this family and we have to help find Carlee. And if you saw anything, no matter how big, how small, you need to contact Crimestoppers. Contact them and let them know what you saw. Because every little piece of evidence is important. And I would pray that anybody would do the same if it was me in that situation. And so I just want to really zone in on this whole situation because I feel like human trafficking could be involved. I feel like that Toddler was used as bait for anybody to pull over. It didn't matter if it was Carlee, if it was an older lady, a gentleman, whoever pulled over was gonna be met with devious actions. It reminds me of the Anaya Blanchard story. She looked so pitiful on that camera in a convenience store. She was just stopping getting some snacks. But the devil was lying in wait outside. And she didn't know what was in store for her and what was coming up. We have to start breaking these chains. If you know anything, if it's related to your family, friend, whoever, boyfriend, turn them in. If somebody's acting weird, contact law enforcement. Let law enforcement be the judge of that. They have tools to solve these type of cases and to troubleshoot and figure things out. Everybody's not part of the snitch and the rat culture. We need to come up out of that. Too much is happening. We need to start protecting one another. It's long overdue. It's time to bring Carlee Russell home, as well as many other young men, women, and children around the world. If you see something, say something. It's important. We can't keep allowing people to cause pain and harm to innocent families and innocent victims. All right, guys, that's all I have for right now. You take care, and we are praying.